Welcome back, students. Today in this class we are going to study about looping statements in Java. So looping statements are also known as loops or iteration statements. That is, it is a statement that can iterate itself. That is, statements that are performed repeatedly are known as iteration statements or loop. That is, if we want to perform a set of statements repeatedly, then that type of statements are known as iteration statements or loops. So generally in Java there are mainly three types of looping statements are there: for loop, while loop and do while loop. So among this, for loop and while loop are known as entry control loop, while do while is known as exit control loop. So let's study what is a for loop. So for loop is a control flow statement for specific iteration which allow code to be executed repeatedly. The for loop is meant specially to be used for fixed number of iteration. That is, the loop execute the instructions repeatedly until a given condition is met. And it is also known as entry control loop. This for loop is also known as entry control loop. So let's see the general syntax of for loop. So this is the general syntax of the for loop. For, put a bracket, initial expression, then put a semicolon, test expression, semicolon, update expression, and after that close the bracket. Then opening brace, loop body, closing brace. So this is the general syntax of the for loop. So here you can see that inside the for loop, this is for loop, this particular line, there are three expressions we are checking. That is initial expression, test expression and update expression. So let's say what an initial expression is. So initial expression is executed once when the loop is entered for the first time. So for that we are using initial expression. Test expression is evaluated at every iteration. So in every iteration we are evaluating this test expression. If the test expression is true, then body of loop will be executed. Otherwise, the body of loop will not be executed. That is, if the test expression we are checking is true, then we'll go to the body of loop. If the test expression we are checking is false, then we will not execute the for loop. Then the update expression is executed at the end of each iteration. After executing the expression, we will execute the update expression. So this is about the different types of expression used in for loop. So here we can illustrate the idea of for loop with an example. Program to print natural numbers from 1 to 5 using for loop. So the purpose of this program is to print natural numbers from 1 to 5. They have given which numbers are to be printed by using for loop. So as you all know, natural numbers starts from 1 and it ranges to up to n. So we can give the limit value for n. Okay. So here the initial value and final value are given. That is, we want to print the numbers from 1 to 5. That is, the numbers to be printed are 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. These are the numbers to be printed. Okay, so let's see how to do all these things by using for loop. So our class is declared, class name natural, then opening of class, then our main method, public static void main, string of argument. This is our main function, then opening of main function. So here we are going to print the natural numbers by using for loop. So here inside the for loop there is a loop control variable we are using. So this loop control variable controls the entire things inside the loop. So here we are declaring a variable I. So we know that the numbers to be printed are 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So what is the specialty of the numbers? They are integer numbers. So here we declare a variable I of integer data type. So here I is known as the loop control variable. So this loop control variable is going to be initialized inside the for loop. Okay. So since we declared it int I, there is no need to declare int or here for I equal 1 semicolon I less than or equal to 5 I plus plus. So this is our for loop. So here you can see that there are three expressions are there: initialization, condition checking, and updation. So we know that the initial value of loop control variable is, that is the number to be printed from 1. Final value is 5. So the initial value is given to the loop control variable. So what are the initial value, first value to be printed, that is to be assigned to the loop control variable as initialization expression. So I equal to 1. So here whatever value we want to assign to loop control, it is assigned by using the assignment operator equal to. So here we used equal to. So I equal to 1. So the initial value of I is 1. Then to up to how many values we want to print? Up to 5. So the next one is, it is also based on the loop control variable, that is condition is based on loop control variable, that is I less than or equal to 5. So this is a loop control variable. So we want to print values of I up to 5. It won't exceed more than 5. So it is given by using the relation operator I less than or equal to 5. So it is a condition. The value of this condition may be either true or false. So it returns a Boolean value. So next one is updation statement. So here updation statement is also based on the loop control variable I. So here we know that each time after 1 the next value is 2. The value will be increased by 1. So we have given like this I plus plus incrementation operator. So what is the meaning of I plus plus? The meaning of I plus plus is I equal to I plus 1. That is the meaning. The value of I will be incremented by 1. Okay. So this is the body of loop starts, for loop starts. So give a curly brace. So here a printing message over there, system.out.println of I. Here we are going to print the value of I. Then closing of for loop. So this is about our for loop, then closing of main, closing of. So this is our program. So let's see how this program works. So here the values to be given are I, test condition, incrementation, printing. Only in the body of loop there is printing of I. These are the 4 things. So what is the initial value of I? We know that the initial value of I is 1. So what is the condition to be checked? That is I should be less than or equal to 1. So what is so since the initial value is 1, with that value we are checking our first iteration, that is 1 less than or equal to I. So value of I should be, in the first iteration it is 1. So 1 less than or equal to I. Is it true? Yes. The result is true. So since the result is true, we will go to the body of loop. So here you can see that the body of loop, what we execute, system.out.println of I. So after that we won't update. We will, when the condition is true, we will come to the body of loop. Clear students? We don't update the value of I. Since the condition is true, we will come to the loop. Okay. So what is over there? System.out.println of I. We will print, that is we want to print the value of I. So what is it? The value in I is 1. 1 will be printed. Okay. Next, what happens? In the next iteration, we will come to the next iteration. The value of I will be incremented. Okay. So what happens? So we know that the initial I plus plus. I plus plus means I equal I plus 1. So what happens? The value of I will be incremented by 1. So what is the initial value of I? It is 1. 1 plus 1. So it becomes 2. So the value of I becomes I equal to 2. The second iteration, the value of I becomes 2. So we will increment the value of I by 1. So it becomes 2 in the next iteration, second iteration. Okay. So what is the value of I in the second iteration? 2. So we will check the condition, that is 2 less than or equal to 5. Is it true? Yes. Since the condition is true, we will come to the body of loop. So what is over there? We will print the value of I. So what is it? 2. 2 will be printed. So in the third iteration, when we will come to the body of loop, we will increment the value of I. So it becomes 3. So with that value of I, so the value of I becomes 3 in the third iteration. With that we will check the condition, that is 3 less than or equal to 5. Is it true? Yes. Since the condition is true, we will come to the body of loop, we will print the value of I. 3 will be printed. So we will again go to the for loop and increment the value of I. I becomes 4. So in the fourth iteration, we will check the condition, that is 4 less than or equal to 5. Is it true? Yes. The condition is true. Since the condition is true, we will come to the body of loop. So we will print the value of 5, that is 4 will be printed. Clear? So you can go through the program and do all these things. Okay. So 4 will be printed. Again we will go to the for loop and update the value of I. Then I becomes 5. Clear? So with that value of I, we will check the condition, that is 5 less than or equal to 5. Thus the condition will be checked. Is it true? 5 is not less than 5 but 5 equal to 5. The condition is true. Then we will execute the body of loop, that is 5 will be printed. Again we will go to the for loop and update the value of 5. So with that value of 5 we will do the initialization and we will check the condition, that is 6 less than or equal to 5. Is it true? No. The condition is false. So when the condition we tested with 6 as the I value, the condition become false and we will come out of the for loop. So the value printed will be 1 to 5. This value will be printed. So this is a dry run of this program. I hope it's clear for you. So this is about printing of natural numbers from 1 to 5. Similarly, the same question will be asked like this. Write a Java program to print numbers from 1 to 5. So you can use the same code. Suppose if the question is like, write a Java program to print numbers from 1 to 100. So what is the change you have to done in this program? So we know the initial value 1. What is the final value? 100. So instead of 5, use 100. So rest of the code is same. Clear? Suppose we want to print natural numbers from 20 to 50. So same code can be used, but we know the initial and final value. So what is the initial value? 20. Instead of 1, you give 20. What is the final value? 50. So instead of 5, give 50. So students, I hope it's clear for you. So this is about for loop in Java.